P, Q, and R are three towns on a river which flows uniformly. Q is equidistant from P and R. I row from P to Q and back in 10 hours. And I can row from P to R in 4 hours. Compare the speed of my boat in still water with that of the river. Now, generally in boats and streams, we assume A as the speed of the boat in still water and B as the speed of the water body. So basically, we want to find out the ratio A is to B. Now, here in this question, there are three towns P, Q, and R. Q is equidistant from P and R. That means Q is the midpoint of PR. Now, it is given here I row from P to Q and back in 10 hours. Now, the most common mistake which students do is that they assume P to Q and back in 10 hours. That means 5 hours to go from P to Q and 5 hours to come back from Q to P. But this is wrong. This is wrong because this is travel in a water body and therefore upstream time and downstream time will be different. So it cannot be 5, 5. Now we know that this total time is 10 hours. If we read further, I can row from P to R in 4 hours. P to R in 4 hours. That means from here to here in 4 hours. Now PQ is half of PR and therefore to travel PQ you will require half of 4, that is 2 hours. So to travel from P to Q you will require 2 hours and from Q to R you will require 2 hours because whatever it is upstream or downstream right now we don't know. We will require half the time for PQ as that of PR. We know that the total time of PR is 4 hours. So half of that will be for PQ and the remaining will be for QR because Q is the midpoint. Now we know that 2 hours is the travel time from P to Q and P to Q and back is in 10 hours. So therefore the time required to come back is 8 hours. Okay. Now we'll focus only on this distance PQ. Okay. Now we can have a equation like this. Distance is equal to downstream speed into downstream time is equal to upstream speed into upstream time. Okay. Now downstream speed is nothing but A plus B. And in this particular question, PQ, downstream time is 2. So A plus B into 2 is equal to, now upstream speed is A minus B. And the upstream time here is 8 hours. So into 8. Now we want to find out the ratio A is to B. So let's solve this. Let's reduce it first. 2 4s are 8. So on the left hand side, we have A plus B is equal to 4A minus 4B. Bringing all A on one side and B on the other, we have 3A is equal to 5B. We want A to B ratio. A upon B will be 5 upon 3. 5 upon 3. So the answer will be option B.